Good morning, everybody. Hello. Sorry, we came in a little different. I had to do a reboot. You know, a reboot. All right, let's get rid of the lounge music. But I think the lounge music is apropos. Because are you a lounge? Is that what they're called? Lounges?
Lounge?
Yeah. So I should have left it going.
I like a good lounge.
I like a lounge.
Yeah.
I like lounging.
Yeah.
Get a little, like about that close. Yep, perfect.
And if you want the headphones,
yeah,
they're there, and there's headphones behind you if you want
and
them.
there's dials on the little amp. You don't have to have them, but if you want them, you know, it helps you talk. Because we scream. We start yell screaming.
Helps you hear yourself.
Let me see here.
Everybody.
Now try.
Good morning,
There
everybody.
you go. Now
Good
I got
morning.
you. All right. We got everybody. Professional.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Van, would you like to begin? Where's this
Sure.
going?
This is Wednesday 2.
Wednesday number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to a corporate time. So Andrew from the Pinball Dudes.
Yeah.
He's a sponsor.
He's waving now. If you're watching on YouTube and Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live,
And
on YouTube @Tom and Dan Live.
what's cool about what Andrew does is he essentially you can rent these pinball machines for your business or for your house, and he'll come switch them out every quarter or whenever you want. We've got a new Foo Fighters pinball machine.
We do.
The Godzilla pinball machine went to Villain Coffee in Melbourne.
I love the Godzilla machine. I do miss it. I didn't think I would miss a machine, but you get a little attached to the pinball machines.
Oh, you get attached to the first one.
And then you start, you never forget your first. And then you start playing the new one, and you're like, this doesn't feel as comfortable as the other one I was riding. You know, like, this is weird.
So if you're in Melbourne, if you want to play the Godzilla pinball that we had in our studio
it's
for
awesome.
months.
It's so good.
Go to Villain Coffee in Melbourne.
Tell them we said hey.
Grab a coffee. They serve some beers, too. Grab a Villain shirt. Anyway.
And a pair of $3 board shorts.
So Andrew came by to, every once in a while he likes to clean our machine, make sure it's all in tip-top
You're
working
saying
order.
that as if, like, you don't think it needs it. You're like, he comes by.
Well, it seemed clean to me. Yeah, it seemed we're working great.
He's a lot like me in the idea that he likes to it's called maintenance. You got to maintain your machine.
Oh, God, I hate maintenance.
I know you do.
I know you do. My worst
in fact,
enemy.
I don't even think you're doing it like into some extreme like deal. I feel like you're doing normal pinball. Like you're supposed to clean it about once a month, once every couple of weeks.
Depends on the plays and all that. Like these guys over here, which we'll introduce. My main location, Kava Sutra. They put like about 500 to 1,000 plays a month on it. So,
wow!
So I got to get over there.
Get in there and get the grime out of it.
So,
for sure.
Speaking of our guests, Andrew then told me, he's like, hey, do you mind if my partners from Kava Sutra come by because I have pinball machines in their Kava lounges.
Let's talk.
And then I was like, yes, because I like a good Florida potion.
Yes.
I love a potion.
And I want to go to a lounge to get my potion.
And we've got Matt and Tatum here from Kava Sutra.
Let me see if I can give you guys a blast. Hold your ears. Oh, it does work. All right.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys doing this
morning?
morning?
Good. Okay,
Let me pump up Tatum's mic here so we can hear her.
Now, I'll give you a little background. Me and Daniel, we dabbled in some kratom.
A
couple years ago.
He likes to be like, he's so like, I'm like, I do drugs. I like drugs. I do them. When people hand them to me, I go, what is this? If they don't tell me, I look them up online because you can put the number. You could just put the D85112 and then it'll tell you exactly what it is. And I'll pow down the hatch.
Yeah, I wouldn't categorize it as a drug. It's all rainforest potion.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about what I do, which would lead to me saying, I want to try this stuff because I like potions as well. I like potions. I like elixirs. I also like amulets. I'm not wearing one. I'm not wearing an amulet today, but I love amulets and potions.
So, Matt and Tatum, how you doing?
Good to see you. Thank you. Hope we're not scaring you.
And we're going to try Kava on the show.
And I brought my amulet. I'm going to put it on.
So, let's talk what Kava even is, because I'm not exactly sure.
This is my favorite part when we get people in here for their career or job, and then we ask them, Tom doesn't know. Like, we should have off air said, "Do you know what it is?"
Because
sometimes we ask people and they don't know what it is. Like asking Andrew was like, "Do you know what pinball is?" He's like, "Look, man, I just cleaned them."
No, this is his business.
Right?
He knows.
Okay, all right. I'm just okay.
So Matt, let's talk kava. What is it?
Kava's a tree. It grows in the South Pacific, and the original people in the South Pacific, they figured out to grind the root up and drink it, and it gets you mellowed out.
No, I love mellowed out.
It relaxes you.
I also love when indigenous people learn what leaves or roots get them effed up, and then they grind it. They're like, these people love it.
They're like, put honey on your hand and go stick it in that poisonous ant mound, and you will trip your balls off.
This is how people discover cocaine, by the way.
I know.
They're chewing the leaves for years.
These are all the things that I like.
You pour gasoline on it in a mass scale, make it hyper potent.
This weekend, I went to my daughter's dance competition. She's like, "What are you doing with your hand in that ant mound?" I was like, you never know. You never know.
So it's essentially a root, and then what? When you say mellowed out, because
you
we
don't know
kratom.
what that is. You know, Mister, I have to be on my phone at all seconds. Every second has to have a purpose. Looking for topics. You don't know how to mellow out.
Is it in the same kind of genre as kratom, or is that totally different?
It's different. It's like an alternative to alcohol. It helps you, talk to people. It gets, like socially.
All right.
The chat room, we have some people that like it very much so in the chat room.
Okay.
They're saying that it very much like a lighter Xanax. Maybe.
Okay, so it's like because kratom was kind of like a pain pill.
Using that word because that can be a bad one because I know friends that just abuse that like crazy, but like a sedative maybe or like
I think like diet alcohol, like very very low grade alcohol because it crosses through the same receptors, so it can give a very like feelings of it, but it's not gonna like inebriate you. It's not gonna make it so you're unable to drive, process, or do anything.
So it's kind of like a light alcohol effect.
It doesn't affect your mental clarity. So basically. Yeah.
And it's exploded like very, very popular over the past like 10 years or so, would you say?
Yeah, I've seen them everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the and how does it get processed and served? I know we have a little sample here that I noticed you brought in is liquid. So
it's just root and water.
Okay.
The root soaks in the water, and then all the root fibers are strained out.
Gotcha.
So that you can drink it and it doesn't upset your stomach.
Now, is it a sippable beverage or is it do you just slam it down and then you're like put a piece of bamboo and you're like,
I like to sip it if it is a bit of an acquired taste. So if you're not acquired to the taste, then people slam it down and get it over with.
I like extremely bitter tasting things. Like I call it like grapefruit butthole. That's what I like.
It's bitter for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Can I say that? I don't know.
You want to try some?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Are you going to sip or slam?
So do you add flavoring to it, or is it just all natural, as they call it?
Yeah, nude. I like my nude.
This is original. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people
this is
like
the
to
OG.
add sugar or cream or something to it.
Okay.
This is the.
They struggle with the
this
taste.
is just this is cracked pepper sea salt. This is the original, the OG.
And I'm curious, in the business aspect of it,
you're stalling because you're afraid.
I'm not afraid of anything.
He loves it when I say that.
Yeah.
I can get him
Give
to do
me any
anything.
potion, I'll drink
I can get him
it.
to do anything, but you're saying he's afraid of it.
I'm not afraid of it.
Andrew knows. I
No,
can
no.
say anything. I was like, you are afraid to jump through that window. Like on the air, he'll run and smash through it.
I'm like Marty McFly. But, all right, so let's try it first. Then I have a bunch more
Do I need to
questions.
swirl it or anything, or like okay?
It does settle a little.
It doesn't really have any scent,
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't,
smells like a Downy unscented.
While they're drinking, I will say that every time I go to Kava Sutra, they have it set up to where it's more of like a social hangout. Like they have activities and like bumper pool. I mean, my pinball machines, all kinds of
unsweetened tea is what it tastes like to me.
Yeah. It is kind of like a tea.
It's a root tea, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
it has a tea flavor.
Oh my God, I'm horny.
These guys are horny.
I'm kidding. That's what I want, though. That's what I wanted. I want that. I want like rural elixir.
It is very much like a
it's like my mom
unsweetened tea. I can see if you put some sort of sweetener in there, it'd probably taste like a tea. Like
a lot
sweet
of people
tea.
opt for creamers, like a more creamier based.
Okay. And so, how'd you guys get into it? Like start Kava Sutra.
So Kava Sutra started in 2008.
Okay.
It's one of the very first kava bars in the country, and just basically people looking for an alternative to alcohol, like a bar scene, hanging out, but not being around alcohol.
It does numb your tongue. Somebody in the chat room said it numbs your tongue. My tongue is numb. Oh, I could go all night now. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So, and then what about the after effects? Like we all know alcohol gives you hangovers. Does this have any sort of after effect where you feel it the next day?
No, none at all.
Okay, so it's similar to like a marijuana where no matter how high you get, you're not going to get like some sort of high hangover where you feel like garbage the next day, you know.
No, you just, when you drink too much kava, you just basically want to go home and chill out.
Okay.
Know?
It is a diuretic, so it can't dehydrate you. So if you're not drinking enough water, it can lead to adverse feelings. But it's like you got to be aware of what you're doing as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. Ecstasy's like that. People are like, I'm blowing up. They're handing me water and dumping it on my head.
And is there has there been any like government? Like,
I'm sure.
You know, them trying to come in and like regulate you in any way.
So kava is actually a food.
Okay, so it's under like it's not in any sort of I guess list of substances that the government deems as.
You
some
mean
sort
like salvia or like some of the other things?
I mean, like even kratom feels like it's gotten a more you know, like attention than kava. You know, as far as like.
Well, I think it's different. I would imagine that just based on, you know, tried both. I would imagine that they're different. Like this is like a more of a mellow thing where the kratom, to me, made me feel like a pain pill. I want to rip everything off the wall. Like I'm like,
redneck energy powder.
I'm wild, you know? Like I'm ready to roof.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It was more like opiate.
I'm not lying. I do miss it. You do one scoop of it, I'd be sitting here and I was like, I got songs for days, you know? Like.
I brought you a stinger, so.
What?
What is that?
Yeah, that's one of our products. It's kratom, and it gives you energy.
Oh, is it kratom? Have we been saying it wrong?
It's kratom?
Kratom.
No, we've been saying it wrong. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I've never been more. I'm mortified. It's kratom. This is as bad as when 104.1 got Dr. Filatowski wrong. They were calling it Filatowski for years. It's Filatowski. It's been like that for 20 years.
I do feel like like a little bit of an effect from the kava.
I feel kratom.
Even that small sip, there's something that I feel. And so how much do you usually tell people to drink, like ounces wise?
Yeah, how much are we? Is this way too much or not enough?
So kava actually has a reverse tolerance, so the more you drink of it, the harder it is going to hit you. So if you were a first-time customer in the bar, I would either recommend a malo shot, which is like an extract of kava. That is like a dessert shot, or maybe a double shell just to see where you're at. But you can go all the way up to like a triple shell, which is just 3 scoops of the kava, and you should be fine for the most part.
All right.
Hey, for the most part. That's the part I like. Hey.
And is there only one type, or there are just a bunch of species?
Kratom, we were dabbling in green Sumatra, and then we got the red.
I couldn't take the red.
The red. Oh, God, the red. The red was hard.
So it's a plant. So basically, whatever island it's derived from, it has a little bit unique properties. It's all kava, but, you know, Fiji grows it. Vanuatu grows kava. Hawaii, I think, has some kava.
All right.
Are we starting to? Can we grow it here, or is that not a thing? Can we get?
I'm not so sure. I'm not really good with plants. I don't have a.
Well, I'm good with plants. I could grow.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. If we corner,
I could get a kava plant.
Follow me here. If we follow the money, right? If you did conservative kava, I'm just telling you right now, man. You know, take it away from the hippies and you put your own brand on it.
An American flag.
You don't have to believe any of it. You know, you grow it here.
American-made roots.
That's what I'm saying.
God, the cold got it. The cold all together.
Avoid the tariffs.
Yeah, exactly. What's the so when you guys are doing this, like I'm imagining, you know, you own these lounges, you're hanging out, you're doing stuff. You don't really get many people that are pissed off or angry at a kava place, right? Or no?
No, it's different than an alcohol bar. Yeah, it's usually pretty chill.
Yeah, and do you have people there that are playing board games and cards and
pinball?
Pinball, your computer, your laptops are out, stuff
cards,
like that.
So what locations have the pinball? Because you have.
I do like this feeling. I've never done this before. I like the feeling of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work the rest of the day, but I like the feeling. I'm very tired right now.
I like all feelings except for the gay ones. I was just trying to make it. Yeah, I do the comic guys. I'm laughing at that.
And I specialize in the gay ones.
I'm joking. So
that's what we're here to do.
What locations a match and slamming his coffin down? He's like, what did I get myself into? Andrew told me this was
out of here. I'm a straight and narrow kava man. You brought me into a couple of these knuckleheads.
No, kava bars. Everybody talks shit at the kava bar.
I knew it. He got loose. He got loose. I told you, Matt. We were radio.
Sumatra will take our pants off.
So what locations have the pinball?
Well, here in Orlando, we got the Lee Road.
All right, the Lee Road, Kava Sutra.
Right down the road. Then Vieira, Melbourne, Stewart, and Jupiter.
Now, what about the Castleberry? That's where I'm from.
Castleberry,
yeah. Where are you guys at in Castleberry, by the way? We're very familiar.
We call that bar the Ramp. It's right in front of Red Bug Lake
it's
Road.
Got a name.
Oh, yeah.
Yours
kids go to school.
Yours has got a name. Yeah, my kids, their bus stop's the Ramp.
Yeah.
I know where that is.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy's always going and getting one of those extract shots before he heads into class.
Yeah. I need to get him a first job. They go into middle school.
Is there an age on? There is an age on it, right? 18 and up?
Kava is 18.
Okay.
Can I sign? 21.
In Florida,
no, really?
21 for Kratom. Yeah.
But in Florida, you can, if you're a parent, you can sign things like if you want, like if I want to get my daughter a tramp stamp, I can do it because this is God's country.
Yeah. If my son can work overnight at 14, he can have some Kava.
So can I
and
sign
some Kratom?
Can I sign him in or no? Okay. Okay.
Depends, I guess.
Man, I feel amazing.
I mean, is there any government oversight, or is that just a rule you guys made up?
Like Florida, there is legislation in Florida. It's 21 and up.
Yeah.
Like alcohol for Kratom. Yeah. And
it's ironic.
Kava's 18.
It's ironic that the children in the other countries are harvesting the Kratom, but my daughter can't do it to make her dance better.
Yeah.
You know?
This is some American mumbo jumbo. Like I guarantee you. Yeah.
We're gonna be the lobbyists that make it happen. Oh, I started the website, Kratom for Kids.
Yeah.
Kratom. I gotta say it. Kratom for
Kids. Sounds better. So Matt Tatum, thank you so much for coming by today.
Appreciate you guys.
And again, how many locations total do you have?
So Kava Sutra has 30 locations.
30?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You own them all?
No, I just run the Central Florida ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a corporation.
If you own them all and you had all 30, you'd be really relaxed. I mean, really relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, you've been in this for a hot minute because you even have, like, when I point out your picture, he's in every Kava bar, his photo. But I was like, I know that guy.
Like in The Shining, every photo's got Jack Nicholson in it.
Yeah,
and they all call him teacher. I'm like, oh.
Is there some Kava kingpin out there that
the owner of Kava Sutra? I don't own any of them. I'm just I'm like the regional.
Yeah, Tom thought you were Mr. Sutra.
Where that guy, he's up. He got a cigarette boat with Kava money on the side.
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah.
We're buddies.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to be cool, and I want people to say we're buddies, but they don't.
Yeah. and then like you're importing this from different countries, and you got to go down there and handle some business. Yeah. There's some
sometimes you got to burn down a rival warehouse. I've been on these trips. Next thing you know, you're in Thailand. You're on one of those skinny boats where the guy's got the propeller in the water. It's barely motor. And you're hauling ass, and then you get there, and then you have to make a decision. You're like, well, what did they do? And they're like, they stole our patents. And I'm like, we'll burn their warehouse down.
Then you're in a machete fight. That is too soft for that.
It's really rough.
Yeah, like I can't.
My cane helps me though. I feel like if I get out of a boat with this cane, they're like, oh, the little guy means business.
No, they'll chop you good. Then I'll run because they'll be chopping you. You can't keep up.
I can't do anything.
Anyway,
well,
so Andrew, thanks
here.
so much. Sorry, we got too crazy for a second. Pinball dudes, what's the easiest way to contact you? Cell phone?
Yeah, 321-591-1062. just reach out to me and I'll set you up.
Yeah,
if you guys are looking for pinballs, just contact my boss, Dave Wild.
New, used. If you want to search it out, you guys can find them. Right?
Yeah, you just look up us on Google, and that's the easiest.
There you go.
Take you right to wherever you want to go.
And everybody in Melbourne, go play that Godzilla in Villain Coffee. So swing by there, tell Mark and the employees that Tom and Dan sent you.
Indeed.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Awesome. I'm going to change the scene, guys. Please hold while I put on the other cameras and some music, and we will be right back.
Awesome.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you very much.
Hello, guys. We have a weird job. Oh, that's gonna bother me. That fucking camera.
And then after that, we just got the Fairville is coming in at 11:30.
Fucking camera.
No, it's all good. You can hang out if you want. No, but it's like we'll do this weird.
I got an idea. What if it's the power to my bus? On. Oh, I killed the music. All right. Nope. That shit is busted.
We're gonna do it the Friday, May 30th, I believe. I have to look at the calendar. It's basically the last Friday of May.
Interesting why that would choose to go down today.
Yeah, and we don't even we could talk about what we're just basically doing a silent auction. We're gonna get some food and drinks similar to what we did before, and then auction off all the art for charity, and then really we have one pinball machine in the middle of this, for people to play. Okay, cool. I'll call up Jeff.
God bless it. That's gonna fucking ruin my day.
You still?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it fixed. It's just I'm gonna have to do it at the end of the day. And nobody did anything. It's just a fluke. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, dude.
Hey, great job today, man. Thanks thanks again for that. That was fun.
I'll schedule up some other time and come and talk pinball.
Yeah, no problem.
I thought that would be more interesting.
Yeah, it was just good.
Oh, it was silly. It was really fun.
You never know if they get a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
Because they're growing in the land.
And we got a chance to plug the pinball, and like I said, we're still gonna planning to do the pinball videos for social, and then when Dylan, I talked to Mark yesterday, he's gonna send me some pictures of the pinball machine set up, and then we're gonna promote that in social, just to get some more.
Let me get rid of that. Goodbye, music. And
we'll continue those.
I need my other one here.
Dan, if you could just hook me up on the
Oh, BDM page. Yes, sir. You got it, man.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, dude.
Oh, that one's I gotta mark something real fast. Shit.
You know what? I'm gonna pee before.
Tuesday, copy, desktop, Wednesday, copy. Here, desktop, paste. Yep. And this is T3, ECT, let's see, 3 raw. Check, check. Hey, hey. Okay, we got that going. Let's put this on there. What up, Tracy? How you doing, girl? It's a wacky camera day. You out of here, man? See you, buddy. You too. Good to see you, my man. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna finish my little kava shot.
That looks a lot better than the stuff I tried the first
I'm gonna swirl it up later and then shoot it before I go over to my daughter's dance.
That's a premium version.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
The stuff I tried was like. But anyways, catch you all soon.
See you, buddy.
Good luck on the appreciation week stuff.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, it's all right. We got plenty of help.
All right, that's not gonna work. All right, well, fuck it.
Hello, Jeff.
Yeah, Tracy, I got that. Thank you. Sorry.
Hey, what's going on?
Sorry, I'm just not catching up with what you were saying. I apologize.
How you doing? I'm going to put you on hold, and we'll do a quick Weird Job Wednesday if you're cool with that. All right, hold on 1 second.
All right. What line is he on?
1.
Jeff, can you hear us?
Yeah, man.
Hey, thanks a lot for doing this, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You're gonna hear a horrible song, so just I apologize for that.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
All right, man. Hold on. Here we go. And thanks again. All right. Is this starting?
Yeah, this is the beginning of Wednesday.
Wednesday? All right. I can start us, I guess. Yep. Here we go. In 3, 2. It is another A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. Our BDM appreciation event is April 19th on Saturday. It's in Sanford.
Mm-hmm.
The exact location has been sent to all BDMs. If you want to sign up and you want to be involved in the party, sign up and then just email us and say, hey, I signed up via BDM, and we'll share the invite with you.
I'll take care of your show at tomandan.com. You can sign up to be a BDM at tomandan.com/registration. You'll see a love meter. You can kind of choose to give what you want to give. And trust me, at this day and age, like we have never been more small business and independent.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of it. I love it. I love it.
So we would love for you guys to come out.
Come hang.
Any active BDM member, please come out, bring a friend. And it's going to be a good time. And
Indeed.
Again, April 19th. You want to do some weird job?
I do, and I don't think I give you enough rock and roll. I think that, like, just being honest with you, the rap songs and the country songs are easier to write for, especially when you're using this stupid AI to poop out songs. So, but I am getting better at like other genres. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you. And this one's funny because it's new metal, right? So we're dipping our toe into Korn and Limp Bizkit and Hoobastank, and we're dipping our toe into butt rock, classic Super Dave butt rock, and I mean that with love. And we're dipping our toe into it, and the funny thing about this is they put a weird keyboard solo in this song. So here, I really like this. It's Weird Job Wednesday.
Another Weird Job Wednesday. you doing? What's your job? Are you tidy and tight or a full-on slob? You making snacks in your high-rise tower, looking down at the folks making crumbs by the hour? Weird Job Wednesday, just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yeah, it's Weird Job Wednesday.
I like that part.
It's like a Ramstein.
Yeah.
Another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom.
Ready? They're gonna ruin it. Ready to get ruined?
Tom.
It's gonna get ruined. What could we add?
Thank you, Tom.
There we go. Let's add the Jay Leno clown horn.
Thank you, Tom.
Then they put guitar. The guitar's not bad. The guitar's not bad, but the clown horn is terrible.
Thank you, Tom.
They're gonna bring the clown horn to finish it out.
Wait, synthesizer?
Yeah. Here we go, Jay Leno clown horn.
Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yeah, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday.
How could I ruin this song? I could probably ruin it by adding a Jay Leno clown horn.
Tom. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
I like the keyboard.
Hey everybody, let's Casio.
All right, on the line with us is Jeff. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing all right, man. How you guys?
Good.
What'd you think of that keyboard?
It was something.
Corny, right? That's some cornball BS.
So, Jeff sounds like a real man, and his
I ain't
job
got time
is
for this midget.
So, Jeff, what's your job?
So as of last week, I've spent the last 6 years. I'm a chemical weapons government contract DMIL operator.
All right. So,
Damn, that sounds good, and it rolls right off the tongue.
So you demolish chemical weapons for the government.
Destroy. It's stockpiled chemical weapons. It's not active stuff now. It's just stuff that was stored back from when we all thought the world was going to end. Everybody was making it and just stockpiling it.
Yeah, we might need that stuff back.
What country primarily did you work in?
Just here in the United States. I've I got in right at the tail end of it in Berea. Well, it's Richmond, Kentucky. I live in Berea, but it was actually the smallest site out of all the sites in the U.S. This has been going on probably 30-something years now.
So how do you...
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were traveling, because, to Iraq and then, getting rid of chemical weapons in other countries. These are American chemical weapons.
Yeah, so this is the company that I'm contracted with, Momentum. They've got contracts in different places in the world that does stuff like that. I'm actually under review for one in Syria, but as far as just working, I've actually only worked stateside with them so far.
If they tell you you got it, turn to them and say, "You can't be Syria." They'll love that. They'll love that. They'll love that. That's
Right.
a little tip from Danny D.
So let's just start with what kind of chemicals are you destroying?
Primarily on our site, which was the last one in the U.S., it was a mustard, blistering agent, VX, and sarin nerve gas.
Sarin nerve gas? That's all in Call of Duty video games, man. All that. Oh, my God. You're dealing with mustard gas, sarin nerve gas. So what do you have to do? What's the first step in trying to destroy or incinerate chemical weapons?
And then how are they stored? Are they in giant, like
most Floridians'
barrels?
guns, under their pillow in a drawer?
So starting out back in 2019, I was actually just working a factory job, and I seen an ad for my dad. He was a guard over here at the Army base, and he's been telling me about this project for the longest. And they were in what's called systemization. They were kind of putting everything together, trying to get it running right. And I'd seen an ad for it. So I went ahead and just applied, and I got the interview. About 2.5 weeks of interviewing with them, and just a quick background check. They made a contingent offer, and then once you get the contingent offer, that's when they start doing the full-blown background investigation. It's a 10-year. They go back 10 years, and you've got to fill out an SF-86. It's kind of what the military guys use whenever they get in to get a secret clearance.
Sure.
We weren't issued any kind of secret clearances because the project isn't a secret. This is all public knowledge. You can get on different websites and you can look this stuff up. But they did the investigation as if they were going to grant a clearance just to make sure that, you know, you're not a bad guy.
I did one of those interviews for the Grizz one time, and the guy's like, has he ever done drugs and gone crazy? I'm like, no. And I lied because that happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'd always been under the impression they just kind of, you know, say they're going to do it. Because one of the things they told us, it was me, about 25 other people in the classroom, and they essentially sat us down and said, look, the government knows everything. Don't lie to us. If you lie to us, we're going to know. So I was like, all right, cool. So we start filling out all this information, and sure enough, I get a phone call. I have to sit down. I have to come and have a face-to-face meeting with an investigator, which we were always told it was the FBI. So I'm thinking, God, what did I do? Went in. They do it like the movies. She put me in a room in the back of a room in the back of a building. You know,
hold on, you said she. I got a little horny. I've seen these movies.
Yeah.
I've also seen the, what is it, Black Officer?
Yeah. She's frogging you with the bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, my God. Like, you know what I would beg? I'd beg her, just let me stick it through the bars one time. Just right through the bars.
Yeah, sorry.
I wish it would have been like that, but it was a little bit more scary just because she was a beautiful woman. I'll never forget her name. Her name, Agent Carolyn Ratliff. I'll never forget her name.
Look her up.
I feel like you're saying way too much.
Yeah, why are you saying this? Are we now implicated?
Just
Officer Carolyn Ratcliffe.
No. Come on, stop saying the name.
Agent Carolyn Ratcliffe.
Yeah. Just just give us a.
Get around it.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Like, I feel like no one even.
What are we talking? C cup, D cup for Carolyn?
She was a solid C.
Okay,
C
stop.
Carolyn. Agent C cup.
I didn't even. Yeah. If someone said, "Does the United States still have mustard gas?" I would have been like, "No, that was in World War I."
You say that with everything. You're like, nah.
Yeah. So like, let's go to actually destroying these chemicals. So mustard gas. I have an interesting. My great grandfather.
These are all lies. I'm just gonna stop.
How dare you?
I'm just gonna stop right there. Everything you say, you were gonna say my great grandfather got mustard gas.
No,
he lived to be 90.
No,
he did not.
No, that's my grandfather. His dad.
Okay.
His dad died earlier than 90, but he was in World War I, and then at least these could be lies. But my pop told me, oh, my dad had effects from mustard gas when he got back from World War I. And he was like all messed up, and then he had lung problems for the rest of his life, and then died early because of his lung problems. But again, who?
There's no way of knowing.
It's an old black and white picture. He looked like an Indian.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
He looked like a mustard gassed Indian.
So how is it stored? First off, because it's a gas.
So most of this stuff, it's all on a military installation. It's all on different bases. Like I said, every stockpile chemical weapon that was in the United States has now been destroyed. You can go up, you can look. But all of it's stored in these containers and silos and different types of buildings, we'll say, different various calibers. Some of them are airtight, some of them are not.
Sure.
It all just depends on what exactly is being held there, and it's all heavily, heavily guarded. I mean, this stuff is 24/7 around the clock. You've got guys making sure accountability. You've got different departments. Not only do you have the military there, you've got treaty people that are from, the United Nations. We've got agreements with different nations where we'll check up on each other just to make sure that we're doing the right thing.
So
it's
I've
all
always
heavily
wanted to
guarded.
be on one of those like nuclear weapons investigation. Like, what do they walk into the room and they go like, take a look, and I'm like, I will.
So we're not.
Do you do
we
it like
weren't
a
allowed
cop?
to talk to them. They told us not to talk to them just because they'd have a special badge, and you can kind of tell, you're in central Kentucky. You can tell who's from here and who's not from here. But 9 times out of 10, they said, hey, look, you guys, niceties. Hey, how are you? How you doing? That's about it. Besides that, no other conversation.
So transporting, because I would imagine you isolate what you got to get off base, right? Do you destroy it on base? Are there machines that you have to use specifically for this? Like, how do you have to transport it? Like, how is the process in simple terms?
So pretty much every one of the bases that's had anything stored there, you've got this massive installation, and the contracting company will come in, and they will put, it's called a footprint, within the base. They'll section off a part of that base that's still within it, and they'll construct their equipment right there, and then they'll just transport it within the base. You've got specialized containers, like I said, that are airtight, that you can test to make sure that the air quality is good, nothing's leaking whenever you're transporting it back and forth. And then as far as loading and unloading, it's the same deal. We have protective equipment that we wear. We wear gas masks, the same thing that the Army uses.
Cool.
Your gas mask, we've got all different kind of dress levels, we call it. Your A, B, C, and D. And then the building itself, the equipment, pretty much everything prior to this base was done with incineration. So they just had a big pressure cooker that threw everything in, and they just kind of filtered all the bad stuff out and just disposed of it that way. But this one, this was a pilot plant. We were using a different process to destroy it.
Huh. So you'd usually just burn it, and then there has to be some sort of waste even after burning and like getting rid of it. Then you just treat it like any other super hazardous waste where it just gets disposed in some desert somewhere.
I was just gonna yell ocean.
It's out of the ocean.
Yeah, we put it at the bottom of the ocean.
So I'm sorry you guys actually said that prior to there being any kind of military installation. You guys ever heard of the Mariana Trench?
Yeah.
So they used to take a big barge out there, fill it with cement and chemical weapons, and sink it into the Mariana Trench.
Smart. That's clever. I think that's very smart.
Don't they know?
Yeah, who figured that out? That's clever.
You're just polluting the ocean.
No, it's way down. It's way down.
But it's still.
They said it was so deep that it would just kind of, the salt water would neutralize everything. Is
exactly
kind of the way they looked at it.
It's like Fabuloso. You put it on anything, it neutralizes anything.
Yeah, but hold on. James Cameron was down there, and he's like, "There's a beer bottle down here." That's true.
Mad as hell.
Yeah, wait until he sees the amount of chemical weapons that are down there.
Why do you think, and somebody in the chat room said this, Kupo J said this, why do you think that those anglerfish look so crazy? We've been gassing them for decades. We've been gassing those fish down there. Hey, let me ask you a serious question about guys that do your job. Because you wear the gas masks that, like, the same ones that the Army, do you guys dress like kind of cool, like security guards? Like, like you'll see a security guard who's not a cop, but he'll tactical up because he's like, I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he'll wear like a flak jacket. Do you get to dress like sort of cool? Like, can you wear like a Kevlar and some stuff? Like carry a flashlight, maybe a mag light, a Benchmade knife or something at least, so you don't look like some punk from the dump?
I wish, man. We look like the guys at Meineke that change your oil.
Okay. Damn it. I wanted you to be like, like some cops dressed like tactical now?
Yeah.
And I'm pro it. I am so pro it. Like, you should be, if you're getting shot at, you should be able to dress any way you want.
Okay, well, you're just going into
crazy.
Old, outdated military facility and then burning
but you
want
to dress cool. You want to dress cool when you do it. Dress good, smell good. Tone X.
It'd be nice, but like I said, flame-retardant coveralls. They call them government cottons, so it's just a Hanes.
Ooh, that's a good Southern band name, Government Cotton.
And you have to say flame R word now. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jeff.
Oh, sorry.
So Jeff, I'm curious.
Oh, your wife's here and she's nude.
Yeah. She's getting in my truck. So Jeff, I'm curious to did they train you on, like, if you were accidentally exposed to, let's say, a sarin gas or a mustard gas, what's your first thing you need to do? Is it like
text your family?
Yep. During the process of gaining your background investigation to make sure you're cleared to go on base, they train you. So these guys actually invest a lot of money into us. I spent 16 months training before I ever set foot on base.
Holy smokes!
To do my job.
16
and
months.
It took that long. Yeah.
Is it hard?
You only need 3 months to be ambulance, EMT.
Yeah, that's true. Flight attendants like 6 weeks or something. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. My background was during COVID, so while the government was shut down, it was a little bit slower in getting all of us cleared to go on base.
So what happens
was done electronically.
If you do get exposed to one of these gases?
They've got pens. We've got think of an EpiPen, but it's we call them Atnas.
Oh, Tom hates EpiPens because he doesn't understand them and they're way too expensive. Right? Am I right? Yeah, you said the wrong pen.
The expiration date, that's a business thing. They're just trying to get me to buy another one. They're good for years.
I think they are too.
Anyway.
They're good for a while, but that's what we carried around. They were it was the antidote in case there ever was exposure, but the thing is with this system that we were using and the way the building's set up, I mean, it'd be really, really difficult for you to be contaminated or go through any kind of agent event.
So there's so many safeguards and redundancy systems in place that it really is. I mean, it's a hard job, and I'm sure there's a lot of protocol. Is that your number one thing, is protocol?
Oh, God, yeah. We have it's called a pre-job brief, and then we'll have a pre-job meeting, and then we'll have the actual job briefing.
That's why we couldn't do this.
The actual meeting. It takes about 2 hours.
Too much process. We couldn't do
talking
this.
To people
we work too fast.
We actually do anything.
I can sit in any meeting and disappear into my thoughts, right?
Like a ninja, like a samurai,
and then do other work while the boring meeting is going on. That I know what you mean. I've done this before.
Even if they ask him a question, he can answer it.
Yeah, don't spill the barrels. Keep your EpiPen on you. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, put your mask on.
Well, it wasn't barrels. It was actually rockets and projectiles. Is what.
Is it a rocket?
Yeah, how do you dispose of a rocket?
So us particularly, we didn't actually, the only physical touching we ever did with it is we loaded it onto the loading system, and then we took it into a room, and there were some robots that dealt with it. If anything ever went wrong with the robots, myself and the other guys, we'd have to suit up and we'd go in and we'd have to repair, if there was a hydraulic leak or...
Oh my God, the robots are pointing the rockets. We gave them missiles.
Why did we give them the missiles?
This is the beginning.
It's the only thing they needed. Yeah, they're like, watch, they'll give us the missiles.
I think mustard gas doesn't affect their robot.
I'm going to pretend like I'm hurt, so he'll come in and suit up and fix me, and then I'm going to shoot the missile at him. That's how they're going to get you. They're going to pretend they're broken. You're going to suit up, go in there, then they're going to kill you.
So, Mark, have you ever had any, mishap where someone tipped a rocket over and it spilled off a forklift or anything that was a close call?
No. The worst thing that ever happened, I want to say, was probably the stuff is so old. I mean, you see signs of wear on it. We had one that kind of just leaked out into the room. We got some readings in that room, and then we had to call a specialist, an explosive ordnance tech. He had to come in because they weren't 100% sure of what was going on, and they didn't want us going in there messing with it. So we had to actually get some of the Army guys to come over and verify that everything was pretty much good.
That's how they say a lot of these Russian silos are. I don't know much about it, but just what I read, right? And they say that a lot of these Russian weapons are so old, they haven't been maintained, and they're just leaching out radiation. They don't even know if they'll fire. They'll open up. I don't even know if that thing will make it 3 feet in the air.
I like a good stockpile.
I do. I'm a stockpile guy, too. Have you seen my desk? How much audio equipment have I stockpiled?
Yeah.
I'm the Vladimir Putin of really bad audio equipment.
I like when you it's the Indiana Jones scene where the warehouse when they put the Ark of the Covenant in there, and it's just a 100 football field worth of warehouse of
rotting,
just stocked to the ceiling with arms and ammunition and stuff. It just sits there, and they're like, none of this can be used. I'm like, why is this sitting here?
But it's good for our buddy Jeff because that's his job.
Yeah. That will pay someone teams of millions to come destroy it. We're like, what?
Have you ever had somebody that came to work with you or whatever that just couldn't do the job? Is it, you know what I mean?
Also, yeah, it's funny you say that. We actually had a guy. He had to get let go because we were in It's called IODs. We're performing for government officials, and we're showing them that we're proficient at our job, that we know what we're doing, we're not dumb. And that's literally the step before, once you get the thumbs up from the government to start bringing the stuff over. So while we're in the middle of performing this stuff, the guys acting normal. These are just water filled. It's still the same diameter, everything's the same, but they're filled with water, and they're marked so that you know. The next week, we started bringing the live stuff over, and this guy just had a full-blown freak out. I mean, as soon as we popped the door open, he just started breathing hard. He was convulsing. He was like, dude, I can't do this. I need to get out of here. And he jetted. He made a beeline for the door. He had to go to medical, get evaluated, and they actually let him go.
As an anxiety man, as an anxiety person, I knew the answer to this because I don't have this set of anxiety. But I would literally have bet my daughter that I asked him, hey, is anybody freaked out? The answer would be yes, because people get in their brain that something's leaking, and then
don't you try to hide it though?
No, it's like when the cops found Gene Hackman and his wife. Remember, they were like, oh yeah, you can smell a little gas in there, 100%. No, you can't. There's no gas in there.
So,
well, the suits make it worse, honestly. Real quick, think of a bubble suit, right? So I've got government cottons on. And then I've got to have a layer of latex gloves. I got to have 13 mil gloves on. And then I got to slide into this big bubble suit. Then they've got to tape my legs, my hands. Then they got to put another set of gloves on me, tape that. Then I've got to hook an air hose up, so I've got 4 or 5 pair of gloves.
That's called the Kittinger. If you're taping your arms and legs, you're like Colonel Kittinger. He had to tape his gloves on so he wouldn't blow his hands off when he was up in the stratosphere.
So you look like the guys that went into E.T.'s house.
Right? Those guys scared the hell out of me.
That or the guys from Outbreak.
That's when E.T. got all ashy. Did they ever explain why E.T. got ashy?
He was dying.
But why was he dying? Because they were feeding him only Reese's Pieces. Anybody will die. You give a zebra.
No.
If you give a zebra only Reese's Pieces, it'll get ashy and die.
No, lots of Florida people live off Reese's Pieces. they never get ashy. So let's talk about money. Do you get paid more because it's considered a hazardous job?
Yeah. So I get a base pay rate when you start out. Then for every certification you get, emergency response, and then depending on what job field you're in. I was a utility systems operator, so I had 6 different certifications on top of my emergency response. So when I left last week, my contract ended last week, I was topped out at $41 an hour with all of my cert pay, and then night shift I would get an extra $4 an hour plus
that's pretty good.
5% has pay.
All right,
that's a nice equation. Yeah. I like your equation.
But
and it sounds like you kind of like now. Tell me if I'm a sensitive guy. Tell me if I picked up right on this or wrong on this. When I read your post and saw what you did, it does seem like you very much enjoy your job, and it does seem like that it's a little bittersweet in that your contract ended and you have no more weapons to destroy. Is that right or no?
Oh yeah, man. I got to do things that not a lot of people have ever get to see or do. And Kentucky's home, man. I was born here, raised here, and I grew up 15 minutes from the base my whole life. So, it was kind of cool that I got to see that chapter of my life started and finish it.
Right on.
Does this job translate to any civilian jobs? Like you work at a funeral home cremating humans? Or I don't know.
That's good. You could burn all of Tom's garage trash.
Because it seems like it's very specific to destroying chemical weapons.
This might be our most specific weird job.
Like it doesn't translate to any other thing.
So I've gotten a couple of offers from a hazardous cleanup, like private companies that do like caustic and acid and things
down
like
in
that.
Secret's hideaway, scrubbing some pleather.
That's about it.
You go from incinerating bombs to washing dildos
out
at the local.
I bet you there's like a lot of industrial waste that has to be handled like hazardous material that you could work for some company that goes to like chemical plants and cleans up industrial waste or something like that.
I've got 16 bottles of oil in my garage. Mountain Dew bottle. Right. I keep trying to throw them away, and the goddamn garbage trucks have sensors in them now, and they find the oil and they find my batteries. What is this, Russia?
No, I got a call this past Monday. A bunch of us that have been, our contracts were ended. We're in like a big group pool. We're talking about getting our contracts renewed to go down to Alabama. There's a military base down there. Back in, I don't know, the 60s or 70s, they took a bunch of rail cars and filled them full of we don't know what, buried it in the ground. And they just found that. So
that's
they're
good.
talking about renewing some of our contracts.
This
to go
would be
down
a
there.
great movie. He's like, whoa, we got a honey hole. Load up. Gets in the truck. Fires up his truck. He's like, we're going to go and destroy some weapons.
Yeah, but the chemicals leached down to the ground and
this
created
is like Twister. It's like Twister.
mutant moles.
All right.
Mutant
Now,
moles
let me
down
guess.
there.
I'm a mutant mole.
And then you're fighting them.
What if it's not mutant moles? What if it's the actor from Roseanne, Martin Mull?
What the hell was that?
What if it's Martin Mull?
What character did he play?
He played the gay man that worked at Roseanne's loose meat sandwich restaurant.
How the hell do you know that?
Because I'm a weirdo. I'm the weird side of the show.
Well, Jeff, thanks for telling us about your weird job. Hopefully you'll get another contract soon. And then you have to tell us about the mutant moles.
Yeah, let us
I
know.
got you, man.
All right, man. Hey,
I'll call you guys.
thanks for doing it, buddy, and please stay safe because you're one of our favorite weird jobs, all right?
I appreciate that, guys. I'll take it easy.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
Jeff.
Be good.
I
That
wish I
guy's
was
level-headed as hell.
Yeah. I wish I was a real man.
I'm
like
not
Jeff.
like that.
Yeah.
I yell a lot, and I'm real gay.
Yeah.
I'm
I know,
real
I know that,
feminine.
yeah.
I'm weak
He
and
knows.
feminine and loud.
Yeah.
I'm
I want to be tough,
I'm like a
but
loud, weak girl man.
I don't have that Kentucky chemical weapons.
Well, you don't even
toughness.
talk. At least he'll talk, right? You got to talk to. You're a very quiet man.
It's this job. Like, if you put me in a different scenario, I'd be tough. But this job made me weak.
No, you're pretty
Goddamn.
tough.
Yeah.
You're pretty tough.
Yeah. No. This job's weak. I got a gay partner.
I mean, it is a weak job. It is a very weak
I'm
job.
gonna be tough. It's not even my fault, Jeff.
Well, I would say we're both weak in our own ways because I see how the people of Orlando push you around.
Hide it.
It's insane that you let just common folk of Orlando just push you around.
If I was that guy having a nervous breakdown, anxiety attack in my suit, I wouldn't have told anybody. I would just, panic through it until I made an accident.
Did you just Porky Pig stutter?
Yeah.
Did you just panic?
God damn it. All right. We'll be right back, and we'll drink some kava.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. He was great.
Yeah, it was.
That's a fucking cool job. And it sounds like he's making bank. All right, so that is number... Wait, which one was that? The other one was Wednesday 2, right? And that's Wednesday 1?
Yeah, that's Wednesday's show.
Okay, perfect. All right, is it lunch or are we gonna do another? Oh yeah, we got
Joe should be
Joe
here in a
now.
minute.
That's
Yeah.
right. I'm an idiot. My short-term memory. I think it is marijuana. I think it steals your short-term. Okay, I gotta edit that guy. All right. Kupo says, I have one of those tongue bumps you get from eating too much sour candy. Yeah. I have a little bump on my lip here from biting my lip because my mustache is so fucking long now. It's driving me nuts. I got to, Tracy told me what we're talking about today as a heads up because I asked her. It is, we are talking about, if I can get my, the pleasure principles. Isn't that a song? it. She sent it to me. I don't see it. Oh, got it. All right. I got all the info. Perfect. The Pleasure Principle is a traveling educational event series. 4 and 9 is Dirty Talk at Secrets Hideaway. 413 is Oral 101. 417 is Sex and Cannabis. Hey! I'm just reading about the Pleasure Principles. How you doing?
I'm good. I've been counting koozies.
Ah, right on. Dishwalla, Counting Blue Cars. Anyone remember that song? Counting Blue Cars, Dishwalla. Good to see you.
Busy,
How you
sir.
doing?
How's
Yeah,
everything
no.
going?
I
How's
was
your
just-
butt and things?
You know, I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm moving around. Are you using the restroom, T?
Oh, no, you go.
I'm gonna hit the head real
Take your
fast.
time. Take your time.
Oh, I
We're
like the
gonna-
shoes.
Thank you, sir.
Well-
Look at this thing.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
You would think that I would take my headphones off when I'm walking into that.
Old trick. Okay, gives me time to settle. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, all good. We're just.
Change glasses, get in things. Hi, thanks for that. Hi, guys.
We're just getting.
Oh, look, you actually brought up the thing. I brought you some graphics,
Okay, cool.
but it's on the screen.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, we're in sunglasses. We're doing stuff. Here you go.
All right, perfect.
One for you guys. Thank you. Okay. What's your show ready thing? Take a deep breath, feel on the floor.
No, yeah, no. Well, yeah, I'm always ready. There's like, do the show now, and then I can just do it. They're doing it too much.
Ready, set, attack.
The show is the easy part. Is coordinating where, putting all the packages tomorrow, getting those mailed out, and then preparing for the event next Saturday.
Yes.
But everything's good. Everybody, it's just all these little moving parts, and every time we do this is a little bit different. So it's that makes it a little bit more difficult.
I get that. I
you know.
understand that completely.
Yeah.
And you want it to have a new personality, but
Yeah.
it's all the variables and the unknowns.
Yeah.
I get that.
And then one small thing, man, people, it will drive me crazy.
You're a cute cane guy. Oh, not everybody's a cute cane guy, sir.
I don't like my cane.
I just had to.
I'm just glad I'm moving around. Cause
I had back surgery in the end of last year.
Oh, dude, were you
Yeah,
caning
yeah,
it
yeah.
up a little bit?
For Key West tried to kill me.
Oh yeah.
So legit, we can talk about
And what's funny too is before my surgery, every parking spot in front of the studio is empty. After my surgery, every time I've been here, the last spot all the way at the end, it's almost like they're forcing me to do it because I'm. Hold on, let me turn your mic on so I can hear you.
Oh, thanks.
There we go. All right, let me make sure your camera is working. We lost a camera today.
Oh no.
Not yours, but there we go. You're good. We lost the lobby cam. I don't know what's going on with it, but I think I have a fix for it.
I'm trying to take podcast notes from Kelly Clarkson's hair.
Kelly looks great.
Yeah, she's looking good, and I'm digging the way that she's like showing up in audio. So this is what we're doing today. Kelly Clarkson.
I like her karaoke where she sings other songs.
Can she just not do anything wrong?
She's a great singer.
Oh,
yeah.
she's my brother's super crush too.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
has been since before she was on American Idol, actually.
Yeah, and then she got married to that horrible man
Horrible.
who mistreated her.
And then
Poor Kelly Clarkson, Tom. Poor. He says it every morning. I've had a nickel for every time he comes in here. He's like, Kelly Clark. Poor Kelly Clarkson.
Well, she has good podcast hair, so we appreciate her.
All right. Would you like to start, Mr.
Sure.
Man? Here we go. In 3, 2,
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Joe's here from Fairville Mega Store. How you doing, Joe?
I'm so good. Hey.
There we go.
Hey, I see the Flint Mints. I'm so excited. I didn't bring mine. Pop them over.
Yeah, you want? Give her the Flint Mints.
Flint Mints.
Give her the.
Oh, the mints. Yeah. These are my wet mouth
It's like telling your
mints.
grandpa.
They're so necessary.
Yeah, it's like telling your grandpa Kanye West is here. Like he didn't even know what they. Oh, what? That was a bad. Why did I pick Kanye West?
I call them the wet mouth mints. I don't know by Flint mints.
Yeah.
Flint mints. If you ever wonder if we ever talk about it, they're a series of mints called Flint mints that you take.
These are sticky. I'm kind of concerned. I'm gonna let you have these back.
I didn't do anything to them, Joe.
My God,
I just they heated up here because of the lights. I don't know. What are you insinuating? I did your Flint
That is
mints.
not true. These lights are. These are LED lights.
Do you think I'm a crazy
What have you been
monster?
doing? What have you been doing?
I haven't done anything.
Listen, they're not coming out. They're all stuck together.
What did you do to these? Oh yeah, this is
yeah, right.
It just heated up because the heat of the equipment.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're gonna get you some new ones.
I don't know. Well, hey, Joe from Fairville Mega Store is here. Good to see you. Good
Thanks,
to see
you guys too. I'm so excited about your event.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're knee deep in it.
Hey.
That's what she said.
We're loading all the all the $5 BDM shirts tomorrow. And, thanks to Fairville Mega Store for being one of the sponsors for our BDM Appreciation Week, which everybody that did order a shirt will get a Fairville koozie, which we got everyone.
That's awesome.
And Fairville will be out at the event with, and we did get it approved, a giant wiener toss. Which,
it's about this big.
Okay.
And it's about this.
Girthy.
Yeah.
It's a giant tiki dong.
Okay, all right,
Tiki dong.
All right. And then you throw little
little ring toss.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I
there's
like
nothing really little about it, but yeah, it will be there.
I like that.
Mhm.
And then, or will we
Nard
use like
rocks.
do we use like a hula hoop?
Right? No, we have little. It's ironically called the Joey game. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it is. I know, right? We also carry Badger Face Girl Cosmetics. I didn't see that one coming either, but I think it's a cruel joke.
Badger Face Girl Cosmetics. She
They're
stole my
so
monster dog
good.
tag.
You know what's so good?
Because her ass was so big, I couldn't.
Come on.
I love it. Oh no, write it down. The Joey rings are about this big, so they perfectly fly over the tiki dong, and then you can win a prize.
All right, prizes, penis ring toss.
Yeah,
we're
Nard
gonna have
rocks.
that.
Yeah.
We're gonna also have we're gonna have an erotic whip and magic show going on, and Silver Linings Band.
So let's talk about the pleasure principles from Fairvilla because multiple days, and is this part of Fairvilla University?
Yeah, but here's what I thought. Okay, so here's what's fun.
Okay.
So the last few times I've been here, I have brought several of my friends with me, right? We brought Liz Vixens, and we talked about all the amazing things that they do, and then we had the best conversation with Secrets last week.
Yeah,
they had so much fun, so big props to you guys. Thanks for welcoming them. But
I shaved my pubes after that.
why wouldn't you, right?
Well, Tom has inspired me. You know, I owe you an apology. I was going to do this on the Friday Free Show, but I'll do it right now. I was wrong about the bicking because now that I have these bandages down here, the hair just gets in the way, and you were right, and I apologize.
Okay.
I apologize.
Nothing to do with the
Of all the
bandages.
things,
I'm a
elastic
heathen. I'm a
bands.
heathen just like you.
But we also had Debbie from Fairville University, right? And so this was really fun because as we've been having these conversations, there's so many things out there that people are curious about. And these were the top 5 curiosities. So what we did was we built a traveling educational series where we're going to be holding a full Fairville University bed talk for free at different locations.
Yeah.
And each one is dealing with our curiosities. So I thought we'd get a little intimate here today.
I love
Like
it.
you don't ever.
Yeah, we share a lot.
And see kind of what you guys' thoughts are on some of the topics that we're going to be talking about.
we share a lot. I should have done
All
that.
right. What's off limits?
No, nothing is
Well,
off limits.
there's
me.
some
I've sat here with
government
you before.
restrictions.
Oh, yeah,
that I don't even know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Innuendo is fine, though, right?
Yeah. Well, let's start with
We can dance with it.
the first one, which is happening on
Yes.
April 9th.
Yeah, at where?
I feel like this is your hardest one.
Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee.
I think this is your hardest one because it would be truly stepping out into a realm that I don't think you go in. But
Well-
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
It's so fun to watch you walk out your
I
curiosities.
like being serious. I like being serious about it. I think it makes them crazy because I don't do this either. I'll go first. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one on April 9th at Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee is called Dirty Talk. This is something that personally I would like more of in my relationship with my wife as a man. I haven't had sex since my hip surgery.
So what do you consider dirty talk? What's that look like?
I haven't had even anything.
That's a month. Hasn't it been a month now?
Yeah, I haven't. I'm going crazy, but I haven't had anything like Andrea. That's not our love language yet. But we don't go in there. Like I don't know, like hey, spit in my eyes or like like slap my cheeks or like we don't do any of that or even like light stuff like oh you look so hot like you whisper into someone's ear.
Yeah.
No, we don't do any of that.
You know what's interesting about dirty talk is when it's coming from the man and also to the woman. It is aggressive. It's always aggressive. It's never polite. The inflection.
Yeah, but polite
is
may
an
not
aggressive.
turn you on. Like if you whispered in my ear, if you were like, I'm gonna take your panties off and fold them and put them away. Like I'd be angry at you.
Okay,
that's
yeah.
horrible.
I feel like there was a pause there where we could have just taken a moment. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take your panties off.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You made him uncomfortable. And that's like I'm telling you, when we're doing we just turned the dial one tiny knot.
He's sweating. It's so cute. Yeah, but there is an art form, right? Because of exactly what you're saying. You don't want to come off too aggressive, or do you?
You don't want to do something corny to your wife.
Does the situation call for it?
Well, something I think.
Like me and Andrea laugh a lot. I think you and Crystal laugh a lot. I'm going to approach this from a serious angle. I normally don't. If you and I do variations of that's a dangerous game because one thing said wrong and everyone busts out laughing and it ruins everything.
Yeah. Laughter.
And I'm the type of guy where if we start laughing before sex, unfortunately, I'm going to have to train myself to be better at that. Like if you fart before sex, it's done. We're not doing it. We're not.
I can power through
that. I can't do it. I'm a baby. I'm a straight up baby.
I feel like I'm the same way.
I'm a baby.
If that's gone, I'm
a baby.
We can wait.
Like there have been times she's gonna get mad at me for saying this or maybe not. There have been times when we're like taking, we're getting there, right? And then Andrea will be like, oh, I left the mac and cheese out on the counter, and I'm like, well, we're done now.
that ruins it.
Yeah, I can't do it. You broke the third wall.
Well, so much for a food fetish.
Yeah, I can't. You broke the third wall. Like you ruined it. Like I was in the moment.
We were there.
Also, I'm so sensitive and such a baby. You chose the mac and cheese over me.
Oh,
how dare you?
Oh, see, that's weird. I've never opted out ever in my entire life.
I'm proud of you for that.
Because that's
the most manly thing you've ever done.
Nothing's ever like to me. To Crystal for sure. So many times. Yeah. But to me, I'll power through anything.
Sensitive people.
Nice.
Yeah, there's nothing that she could say that would ever stop.
Do you agree with me? Like that is
including stop. No, I'm joking.
We talked about
consent. I'm joking.
I'm joking.
He's been married 3 times to the same woman for like 40 years. So, but like going back to it, look,
that's
I'm
also
right.
a kink for some, though. However, that's also a kink for some.
You need to know.
No judgment.
Need a safe word.
That's right. That's right.
But you and I, if we did that, both of our wives would laugh. Correct?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you that this is actually why this class is really exciting, because it's a great place for you guys to go together and explore this. Is this something we like? And what would we say? And what would that look like? And when do we go, hey, this is what I want to do? And audio and smut books have also kind of given us a lot of opportunity to explore this a little bit, because, you can read those in those small sentences or those little sound bites. Like,
gotcha.
Take off your pants. Can leave
that
the
sounds
thing.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Take off your pants. Hey, you, take off your pants.
I gotta tell you, Joe, reading does nothing for me.
Last thing. Imagine I'm standing in Subway. I walk up to a man. I'm like, take off your pants.
But it might for her. And I was kind of trying to do a guy thing. So,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've seen the TikToks where they're like, hey, put your arm over the thing.
Come
and
with
lean
me if you want your
in,
pants.
Right? So when the lumberjack says take off your pants in your ear, right, it does something.
We're in the digital age. There ain't no lumberjack. There's no lumberjack.
Clearly you don't read smut.
Lumberjacks, or the bored lumberjack, because all the trees were dead.
And have you ever seen a lumberjack?
Up close and personal all day.
They're
it's my favorite
fat
flavor. Stop it!
They're like tree crab boat guys.
Yeah, they are. They're pain pill addicted. The only difference between a lumberjack and a strain of where is that? The Bering Sea.
Yeah.
A crab captain. The only difference between a lumberjack and a crab captain, crabs.
Yeah. It's the same thing. They're like tree
it's
crabs.
Wood or
it is.
crabs. That's
You thinking a brawny like a paper towel guy, but it's more crab fisherman.
The mustache.
It's more like Big Johnson t-shirt, yelling, pointing at a lot of stuff.
All right, let's move on.
You're good because you'll love the second one. If you can't do the first one,
the second one is April 13th. It's at
this is at iDrive
location,
and this one we're actually doing a little different. This is a brunch, which is very exciting.
Okay.
And this one is the art of oral.
All right. So
we
gotta dance around this a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, like this one, I'd say this art form, this mouth art form, I would say is easier, if I'm being serious again, for probably all of us than it is the dirty talk. Because we know how to do it.
Yeah.
Or at least we think we do. Now, can we get better?
Or we don't have to face it.
You can always get better.
Yes.
Right? You can always
Let me tell you, I have watched this class. I don't know.
You?
I watched this class.
You think you've reached your peak?
I think that's
I'm dancing. But I've watched this class probably 12 times, once a month over the last year. And I learned something different from our educators every time. And new products and new ways to support the art in itself or preparation or aftercare. It's a fabulous, fun thing all in itself.
I'm the Frank Gore of oral. I reached my peak.
You're Frank Goral.
I reached my peak.
You missed
as opposed to Rumpelstiltskin.
45. Like a little later than most running backs, but it was my knowledge and my experience that really like got me through. And I didn't have any breakout speed anymore, but
and then you had a son and he's not into it.
I was good for 3 yards every time. Anyway, so let me ask you, Joe, because this has been a debate and it's recently heated up again. And I one time claimed, and I still believe
you claim a lot. It's a lot of claims. We're the number one. We're small claims.
High claims.
And this is just like, let's say for straight relationships, just so it could be clear. I feel like the man has it harder than the woman in this department.
I don't disagree.
All right, see there, Joe's with me.
I do not
take that, internet.
But it's worth learning.
Do people say the opposite?
They say that
well, they're stupid.
Let me tell you, sometimes your mouth just falls on it, and that a girl can get away with that. That's not the same with a guy.
That is true. Yeah, you're right. We're easier. We are easier target.
Because the internet and the Facebook, they're yelling at me saying that the woman has it harder and the man has it easier, and I was like, no.
Only if you count like it being stinky.
Yeah.
But a woman.
That's our fault.
A woman takes a minute to learn. But it's worth it.
Not
and if you take 30 seconds to learn her, you will engage much more sustainably and with much more pleasure than without those 30 seconds. And sometimes that can come before the pants ever come off.
There you go.
Yeah. We have to move on.
Okay, but can we also talk about the fact though that we do play with bananas and give fun things away? So we
free bananas.
We
That's
do
what I
make
heard.
this right, and it's a fun time for brunch with the girls. You want to know how to enjoy your gentleman while he's enjoying the game on a Sunday afternoon. This is a great time for you to come learn in the morning, right?
Not to tell you how to do your job, but I'd throw in a dry erase marker every once in a while just because the banana may be shooting for the stars.
That's great feedback.
I was just saying. I like
have you ever seen the little Chiquita bananas though?
Well, homegrown. We got some homegrown bananas where the flavor is exquisite, but they ain't nothing to look at.
Those little Latin bananas, they're really sweet though. They're delicious.
Very
so
sweet.
the third one's really fun.
You're practicing on a regulation-sized basket here. You need to be using a little tykes. You can slam dunk it every time.
Everything from baby Chiquitas to tiki dongs. We serve them all.
There you go. All right. Let's move on.
Okay.
All right, so the third one is really fun. What do we have coming up this month? Actually, it's a really fun kind of crossover. We have Easter, 420, and Earth Day all on the same day.
Okay. 417, we have Sex and Cannabis.
Yes.
This is at the Fairvilla Boutique in Cape Canaveral.
Yeah.
So I have
beach day.
I have some experience with this because I have figured out through experimentation that marijuana and the feeling it gives you also goes well with other good feelings, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does, yeah.
It enhances things.
That was well said.
I agree.
Which is one of the reasons why we have the THC line that we've just brought in, right? So the whole mood boost bar that we just created in January has THC, it has kava, it has kratom, mushroom elixir, which is its own kind of experience,
everything. Kratom, kava, mushrooms.
Well, they're all different. I mean, they're different.
Put DMT in there. Put it all in there.
It's not the same
Put
drink.
Xanax. Put Lexapro.
That's like what they used to call that, a punch, right? When you go to like a frat party where they
you
just
put all the
everything
pills
in
in
it.
it. Just give me a handful of them.
Oh, well, these are all different drinks, but they're all things that we serve in order to enhance the sexual experience, right? And so cannabis, which we've been serving the 420 community for years. My first experience with this, I'm thinking as you were talking, Eyes Wide Shut. Do you remember that scene?
With the
Eyes
cannabis?
Wide Shut, yeah, Eyes Wide Shut.
I
when
remember
Nicole
the burn
Kidman,
mask.
I don't remember any marijuana.
Nicole
in Eyes Wide Shut.
Kidman, and it's when they were in their normal bedroom.
She goes to the
and
medicine cabinet
she's like,
and smokes a joint. Yes.
And she's in like
I like that scene
tank
'cause
top,
she's naked.
right? No, she's not. She's in a tank top and a
you're
pair
right.
of panties.
But she looks good.
She looks good.
But she's very skinny.
And she's
She's
well,
only being
yeah.
like you could tell that if you saw her in real life. Like I'm not body shaming her, but I mean, can tell on film she looks great.
Yeah.
You could tell if you were in the room there, you'd be like, oh my God, you're so small.
I mean, probably was a different season as well, right? But she was smoking a joint.
Yeah, she smokes a
having
joint, blowing it out the
conversation,
window with Tom Cruise.
Right? And then what happens next? They bonk like bunnies.
Yeah.
So there is a fun opportunity to be able to explore what enhancements can do in the bedroom. And so we're going to have a great class on this. We don't do this a whole lot, but in celebration of 420 and fun, join us at the Cape.
There you go.
Yeah, right?
418, that's all you, T.
Can I just tell you this is our most popular? You can talk about what it is.
Yeah,
well,
It
he's
is our most
Yeah.
popular, most
can't even say
requested. It's our most
They
requested.
call Tom the booty hole troll.
This is our best sellers around Valentine's Day. We literally call that this holiday. And it's also our number one selling class online.
418, Bootylicious Anal 101.
Okay, yeah. So this teaches you
What to do.
Safety,
Okay.
hygiene,
yeah.
fun.
It's like scuba diving. It's a different
there's-
world down there.
It's a whole thing. Do you know that? I mean, there are certain toys that you should use and certain things that you shouldn't use for safety, for
Like
elevation.
a cheese grater. No.
There are things that you can do to make it more pleasurable. So if you have a
Yeah.
partner that you really want to try something and they're afraid that it's going to hurt, this is a great class to come to because it teaches ways to. The body pillows are a spectacular underutilized resource for things such as this, and those are the tidbits you can take away.
I honestly can't have sex unless I'm like in a position where I have to take like a medical breath where I'm like that's how I like it. I like it very.
So you're into breath play?
No, I like where I'm like, oh. That's what I like it like that.
like the guy in the office in the middle of Terminator 2.
Oh,
they were blowing up the electronics with the
more
Terminator
Arnold
arm.
Schwarzenegger. There's a lot of him. There's a lot of him in here today.
Bootylicious Anal 101.
That traumatized me when I was a kid, by the way.
Did.
I was like, oh my God, he's dying.
He is dying.
I'm like, I should not be watching. I'm 10 years old.
3 boobs. That's good.
And this is where your dirty talk will go.
Yeah.
Right?
I watched a man suffocate, but 3 boobs brought me back to life.
And the fake one's the left one.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Red
thought it was
Shoe
the middle.
Did they have
Diaries.
to push it to the, okay.
Okay.
And then the last one.
Yeah. Is basically on April 23rd, and that's at the Megastore in Orlando, and that's just
That's
about
a perfect
toys.
one. Yeah, Toys
Yeah.
101.
This is a great one. If you're by yourself, if you're in a new relationship, if you're in an aging relationship and you want to try something different, this is a spectacular way for you to be able to explore what is out there. A lot of people don't even know where to begin, or a lot of people have their good old trusty and have probably had it for like 10 years. There's so much new technology. There are amazing things. And this is going to talk about suck and blow. It's going to talk about buzz and whir. It's going to share the difference with you about what goes where. So it's a really good seeker class, but it's kind of any expertise level. So.
Gotcha. Joe, do you find that a woman will get a hold of, let's say, like some sort of vibrator and then just hold on to it?
Yeah.
Like
Old
hold
Faithful.
on to it.
Yeah.
Like Alec Baldwin's armorer on Rust held on to those live rounds. Hold on to them.
Women made for life. Yeah.
Hold on to it forever.
and then just like
shouldn't be on the set.
Like, this is fine. It works. It still vibrates after 20 years.
Yeah.
No, it's like the old mixer. My mom had an old mixer that she would use to make cakes.
Yeah.
And every time, and it was a good mixer, but every time she'd fire it up, it would smoke.
Yeah.
Like you'd see little bits of smoke coming out of it.
You don't want that by your JJ.
Like you got this when the office was still on. And then you don't realize that it's been so long.
Do people pass them down, or is that weird?
No, that's weird.
Okay,
yeah, I would.
saying,
Yeah, many people
you do
even.
with a samurai sword.
Actually, that's a great thing to say because many people swap them out when they're in a new relationship. So that's really something to consider. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is a great place for you to come and figure out what's next.
I think you send it to your ex. And you go, I want you to have
That's a great
this.
idea.
This is yours.
But it's funny.
You're welcome.
That people don't relate to new technology. Like they do it with electronics, but they never do it with sex toys.
Because it's intimate.
And it's like, guess what? In 2002 was a different time. Like we know a lot more. There's a lot better quality products. They're rechargeable. You're using batteries. What the hell?
There are apps that you can actually play with her from your phone from sitting at your desk when she's in the kitchen or at soccer.
Oh, you love
your
getting
phone.
stuff done on your phone.
And
you could be sitting waiting for something and you could be like manipulating your wife.
And you could see her on a camera. I mean, the apps that come, the technology is spectacular.
You could be literally sitting here at the studio pleasuring your wife.
Yeah.
No free moments of rest.
Sorry.
Max's breakdancing.
Hold on, let me knock this out real fast. Hold on, my
But
wife's
I will say the magic wand also you were talking about lasts forever. The magic wand, which is one of our toys we've had for
Is that the big white one?
Yes. And they still plug into the wall, but let me tell you, they last for forever.
The Hitachi.
Forever.
Is that the brand?
It's called a magic wand. It's literally, it was designed as a massager.
Yeah.
And then repurposed and still is in existence today. Now it comes in, I think, 6 sizes. So you can buy one this big that has the
like a keychain.
Yeah, but let me tell you, that's a powerful keychain.
Yeah.
It goes.
Great for sports recovery as well. Just, throwing that out
Great
there.
for sports recovery.
That's the things you can find out.
Oh, okay. It's like, why is my wife using that?
So,
I got a cramp.
If you want to find out about all these dates again, you can go to fairvilla.com.
Yep.
The pleasure principle.
Yeah, you see it right there on the front page of fairvilla.com. Always good seeing you.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you so much for being here.
So much fun. My pleasure. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys next weekend.
Yes, and thank you again for sponsoring our BDM Appreciation Week.
Please give everybody from Fairvilla some love from us. We love those guys.
And we will be right back.
Awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
That was fun.
Let me save that. Where's that going to
I feel weird when
That
we
is
go normal, though, now.
Tuesday 3.
Okay.
So we're gonna do Tuesday 1 and 2 with Tiffany, and then come back and then do Tuesday 4 after that.
Gotcha.
So used to flying off the handle then.
Oh,